Glenn Beck went on Sean Hannity's show today to talk to and plead to Donald Trump. So let's just note for the record that Glenn Beck claimed that he was never going to support Trump. Hilarious. He's like, oh, I'm losing all my viewers. Okay, yeah, Trump, whatever, who cares? So, all right, now let's move on to his insane conspiracy theory. And, of course, Sean Hannity goes along with it. So it turns out Glenn Beck has figured out who the real enemy is and what the plot is. Ooh. Now, see, since I'm on the left, I'd like to get clued in. Granted, I'm hashtag mastermind, according to Sean Hannity, for helping to start Just Democrats and AOC and all that stuff. That's their theory on it, at least. So I'm like, okay, I'm curious. Since I didn't get the memo, I wonder who's the real mastermind and what the real plan is. Okay, let's find out. So here's what Glenn Beck says on the show. Mr. President, please, you are not going to solve the problem at the border. I know that seems rational, but when you look at the evidence, we can't fight the enemy if we won't call them by name. Oh, okay, I'm like, what is it? What's the name? And these are communists. Well, of course, I knew it. The communists are this close to taking over and instituting Sharia law in this country. And setting up FEMA camps. Okay, anyway, he continued on. These guys, we're supposed to take these guys seriously. We're supposed to have a rational debate with them. We're supposed to reach out to the other side if you listen to Democratic leaders. I'm going to reach out to this lunatic who goes spins on a gyroscope and thinks he fixes mental health problems. Well, let me give you the rest of the quote, and then you decide if he fixes mental health problems or not. He continues, American communists in Chicago, obviously, never in San Jose, always in Chicago. American communists in Chicago that are taking loads of money from George Soros and others. Oh, thank God. For a second, I thought they were going to leave George Soros out. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, good. We got Soros in there. So they're getting loads of money from George Soros and others. They're orchestrating this. And what they're doing now is, oh no, what is it? What are they doing? A human wave. Probably not talking about the one at the stadiums. Let's find out more, though, because I think he might be onto something. This is really powerful stuff. It was a tactic used in China, of course it was, or by China against us in the Korean War, where they just throw wave after wave after wave of people until you just can't fight it anymore. So, okay, wait. Somehow the communists in Chicago, funded by George Soros, is throwing a human wave of us at the border. Okay, all right, let's find out more. And Chuck Schumer and all the others, they know about it. Of course they do. Of course they know about it. Yes. Well, I mean, who else would organize the Chicago Communists but Chuck Schumer? Okay. Look, I'm a capitalist. In reality, it's a mixed economy. Yeah, there's semantics between the word socialism and capitalism, if you ask me. So I'm definitely not a communist. But I think that I would be encouraged if Chuck Schumer was a communist. Better than what he is today. No, look, I don't want Chuck Schumer to be a communist. I would like him to be a progressive. That would be a nice start on that road. But the idea that Chuck Schumer is so progressive that he's gone and helped the communists do the human wave. Inspired by China, but brought to you by Chicago. They might be onto something here. Look, the Fox News audience, 2-3 million people at a time watching that going, oh man, I knew it. I knew there was a Chicago communist wave coming out of China and Chuck Schumer. I knew it, right? So they continue. I'm not done yet. And Chuck Schumer and all the others, they know about it. And they're covering and encouraging this. This is an assault on the Republic. The wave. Okay, mainstream media, what do you want me to do? You want me to have a rational conversation with these guys? Should we do the conversation on a gyroscope or off the gyroscope? But you remember, Trump's a conspiracy theorist. He probably loves this. I mean, T-minus 3, 2, 1 until he tweets about this. Like, like, I'm making fun of it. Any rational person would go, okay, Glenn Beck's absolutely insane. Fox News putting him on is insane. So how does Sean Hannity react? Like, if somebody said that on my program, forget Glenn Beck. Let's say that it's progressive and Obama's president, and he says, well, look, the right wing has been taken over by communists, and they're running, Mitch McConnell is running it out of Chicago to do, I'm like, what? No, Mitch McConnell's a terrible guy. The explanation is simpler. He's doing what his donors tell him to do. There's no Chinese human wave that Mitch McConnell is, in charge. What are you talking about? So what does Sean Hannity say? Sean Hannity's like, yeah, good point, but on the other hand, I think a wall might be able to stop it. And then they have a debate like, can a wall stop it? And then Glenn Beck concludes, no, there's only one way to stop it. God. Oh, thanks God. Finally, the solution to Chinese communists out of Chicago. God. And he's got a timeline. He says, we only have 3 or 5 years left. After that, I mean, we got to beg. We got to beg God, right? If we beg hard enough for 3 to 5 years, he might stop the Chinese communist wave coming out of Chicago at the border. Okay, but otherwise we're toast. We're toast. We got no chance. Well, now, guys, all of you on the left there, you now have your marching orders. Beck's onto us, and so is Hannity. And now that Trump's watching, like I said, he's a conspiracy theorist. He's going to love this. And rational people laugh at this. Trump, he isn't within, he's as close to rational as Chicago is to the southern border. Okay, so he's going to be like, oh, God damn it, I knew it. I knew it was the communists with the Chinese wave in Latin America. Schumer! So now we're going to have a debate. Hey, CNN, let's get a pro-Trump person and an anti-Trump person. Let's debate it. Let's debate whether this theory is true. Lunatics, the whole lot of them. Beck wants to talk about, let's name them. Let's call them by their names. Okay, fine. Let's call them by their names. Lunatics. That's what the right wing is. Anyway, the left wing, you now have your marching orders. Human wave, Soros, Schumer, Chicago, China, go. We're supposed to have a debate with these guys. What do you want me to do? Okay. Mainstream media, stop humoring them. Call them by their names. They're lunatics.